this season, brought in by coach Callum McRae. And over on the Kenya side, the coach Felix Ochieng is trying to rebuild this team after some difficult times in recent matches since they lost their coach Paul True. Into the clear blue afternoon of Wellington, New Zealand, the HSBC Sevens World Series, the Sentinel Homes Wellington Sevens, where rugby meets awesome. And we're having a nice afternoon on day one here of two. And again, with the second outing of 3 games on day one. These are critical games for these. This one for Kenya is Lavan Asego, and Kenya, as they try to rebuild, are very pleased to have this man back. One of the best men at the kickoff in all the tour of recent times. And believe me, he's a bit of a veteran. Began in 2007 back in Hong Kong. But here's another vet, Colin Gregor, and he began, believe it or not, in 2003 in Hong Kong. So these guys have been, many of them been on the road for well over a decade. There's, of course, Diogo Matouche of Portugal, who played in the second Wellington Sevens back in the year 2000, for goodness sake. And there's Big John Manson, who's the manager of the Scottish team, shortly to be promoted, if you like, up into a professional 15-a-side manager's role of Glasgow.
Leave the ball, no clear release.
Popular manager he is too, and there's Mark Robertson with the ball now for Scotland.
Yeah, I like the way that they're playing the game, and I know that a lot of eyes will be watching the Six Nations over the weekend. Some suggesting Scotland, it is their year in the sense of a few upsets as well. But their Sevens team certainly are doing them, or giving them a lot of pride with the way that they've been playing.
That's a nice pass from Robertson to Gregor. And there's Robertson again, number 10. Clears the ball. His father was a very fine international, Keith Robertson. Played in the wing back in the 70s. And now there's James Johnston. There's the little guy they call Budgie. Robertson, they're playing the game by themselves, these guys, at the moment. And now wide is a nice run coming in by Damien Hoyland. He's the guy with the gas.
Third try here in Wellington, 7th in his career. And he just put down the hammer. Someone said to him, change gears. And that's exactly what he did. Have a look at this. The ball gets floated out to him. And he just says, see you later. The Kenyans aren't slow. But he just backed his pace. That's a wonderful camera angle. The determination, the passion, the desire, and Scotland are on the board.
Over it goes from Colin Gregor. There they are, the Jimmies. They've made it here. Big trip. All the way from Socky Hall Street. Damien Hoyland.
Okay, cool.
His dad is Argentinian, I believe. He's got South American blood in him, and round behind the post, proud Scotsman today. They lead by 7-0, and in they go keenly, both teams, for the kickoff. Remember that statistic, which comes to us, it's about 85%, I think it is, of the teams that win the kickoff score the next try. There's Callum McRae, played here a few years ago in the Scottish team. There's Hoyland from Edinburgh, from the Edinburgh professional outfit, Edinburgh Rugby.
Set.
Colin Gregor, watched by Lavan Asego. And now running wide is James Johnston. He's pretty quick as well, and here's a nice run coming in by Scott White. Scott Riddell now, a hard working forward for many seasons in the Scottish setup. Referee Anselmi from Argentina, gone quickly to Kenya now. Halfway line. Andrew Amonde, the captain.
Only tackle.
Oh, a bit of a trampoline bounce there, nearly cost the Kenyans, and it swung out onto the left to Daniel Sikuta. Oh, brave defense, but he's got away from him, and around goes Daniel Sikuta.
He can Sikuta, all right? Unbelievable. It was the kick that got him clear. Take it right back to Wanjala, though, because it was Michael Wanjala way back in their own 22 that got the turnover. They came upfield. Scotland infringed again, and they pushed it wide. Daniel Sakuta just got rid of the defender like he didn't exist.
Lovin Asego.
Wow, look at this, Keith. This is beautiful. This is what we love about the Kenyans, the style and the brand of sevens. They play ball in two hands, and then he just gets rid of Gregor. Get out of my way.
Used to be a soccer football player, so that's not a technique you learn on the 11-a-side game.
Left or right?
So here we go with Lovin Asego again. Look how this guy kicks off. It gives us a lot of hang time, although that one's pushed deep this time, which is, again, one of the mixes of kickoff. Through the gap goes Johnston. Originally from the town, the village of Curry. Then via Barramure. Nice run here by Amonde. Now it's with Patrice Agunda. Asego. Oh, intercept. And away goes Riddell. Now he knows he hasn't got the speed, so he looks for support and he gets it from Hoyland. And he Sakuta's away. Damien Hoyland.
He gets a brace in the first half, and the mistake from the Kenyans, they've had little possession, very little territory, and now they've got to wait because he doesn't have to put the ball down at any stage until one of the defenders obviously gets a little bit closer. The turnover is costly for Kenya. Just going into contact there, I think it was Patrice Agunda who just lost it forward. Riddell did brilliantly. That was the part that I really enjoyed, was the big lock. Got his hands on the ball, knew he didn't have the pace, as you mentioned, and he just waited for the speed merchant of Hoyland.
I'm fine, thanks. Sorry.
So over it goes from Colin Gregor. And Riddell away go. Well, went to the World Cup in Moscow. He just hasn't got the speed, so he looked for the speedsters. So heads up thinking rugby from Riddell. We know that from him from over the years. And Hoyland benefits. Now he chases the kickoff again. It goes straight down to Collins and Gira. Now, this is his first run. He's the speedster. In it goes to Sakuta. Halfway line to the left. Amonde is number 9.
Stay back.
Injira back in the team after missing some of the early rounds. There's Asego's pass out wide to Amonde. He can go as well, Andrew Amonde. And he's caught on a... And that is the half-time whistle. Yes, he touched the sideline, fair enough. Good match-up, this one. It's pretty good, but Scotland have the lead over Kenya by 14-7.
On the floor, okay, fill the field. Okay, we know we've got the width, so we can play to there. But within that, back yourself on the ball, do something on it. Stop the one thing is, we're not taking enough to go now. Yeah,
so these boys a long way from home. Scottish team going well, leading 14-7. And a possibility for them to get 2 wins. Starting to liven up here in the Westpac Stadium in Wellington.
Colour and the costumes as well here in Wellington at the Sevens. It was Lala and Dipsy there. That was part of the Teletubbies, wasn't it?
Federico Anselmi of Argentina is the referee for the second half of Kenya in the red against Scotland in the blue. 2 tries to 1. Scotland lead at the moment. So this is going to be very interesting. Kenya desperate to get back onto the winning circle in so many of their matches. They haven't done that this season. They're big crowd favourites. Even their warm-ups get the crowd going. So here they come again. They're playing nice, attractive, wide rugby. And there's a lovely run out wide by Billy Odhiambo.
Daniel Sakuta should get the assist of that because it was his powerful run that started the momentum. And during the halftime break, you may have seen it, Collins and Jetta did a lot of talking, one of the more experienced players, and then they just shifted it out. Billy Odhiambo got it and just pinned his ears back and said, see you later. Debut in Port Elizabeth, try number 19 in his career. That's a beauty.
Sego. Oh, that's bad luck for Kenya's hopes, and bit of good fortune there for Scotland. 14-12. No, it hits the post and bounces away. This Billy Odhiambo, like so many of the Kenyans, they are students. He's studying business and infant. 11 Sego. Now he kicks off high to the right. That might be too far. I've just given him the big praise for excellent kickoff, and that one is hit too hard. And so this is a free kick at halfway for Scotland. So they retain possession.
Just the one missed tackle by the Scots in the first 7 minutes compared to 6 by Kenya. And there you go. You can see the stats there. 53%. It's not really at the level it should be.
And that'll be hurting them in their hopes to win here. Here's Gregor, the veteran. Now there's Hoyland, the new kid on the block. He's got the 2 tries, but look at that from Gregor. Knows what to do with the wisdom of all the tournaments he's played over all the seasons. And a breakaway by Asego. He also perhaps not a great speedster, but this guy is. And it's Odhiambo 2 in a row.
Billy the Kid grabs a double. Man, that's brilliant. Asego's a thief, is what the Scots will be saying, because the turnover occurred where Levin Asego just pinched the ball out of the contact here. This is great upper body strength. Look at this. Goes straight in on the ball, steals it, runs, and then the lovely offload. Billy had to do quite a bit here to skip out of that tackle, and Kenya are back.
Kenya are also in the lead now by 19-14. They're happier on the sideline. It's a nice play by Odhiambo. 2 tries in a row. He's just 21 years of age. Now let's see if Asego can get this one away nicely. It's kicked down to Hoyland, the double try scorer. High hopes for this guy in Scottish rugby. And you can see why with the 2 tries he scored and their good elusive running. And away it goes from Niall Godsmark, who's on the field. There's Gregor. Pass not connecting. 4 is Johnston. 4 for Kenya is Felix Ayange. He's worked hard on there.
A lot more urgency from the Kenyans in the second half. You see them send in a lot more players to that breakdown, challenging, asking questions of the referee. And if they can support their body weight, they'll always get the turnover. And they have. Not many would have predicted this, Keith Quinn, because of the way that Kenya had been beaten comprehensively by Argentina, and also the fact that Scotland beat Samoa by 2 points in their first match earlier.
Well, if Scotland were to get the win, that'd be among a couple of the more successful teams here, and they're showing early on. I think perhaps the front running is done at the moment by USA. even ahead of some of the accomplished teams like New Zealand and Australia, certainly ahead of South Africa, who lost the game earlier today, the tour leaders. Remember, you're looking at a game that's headed for the Summer Olympics next year in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Women at the moment are playing a tournament this weekend in Brazil. It's part of their Sevens World Series. So it's exciting times, and qualification points are at stake. Even as you look at this match, every matchup, there's points at stake. The points in the end add up over a Grand Prix circuit, and the top 4 teams will automatically qualify to go to the Olympic Games. Here's a nice work by Phillips, a youngie number 4. 11 is Collins Injera, and breaking away is Chris Dean, who's come off the bench. Nice run here by James Fleming. He's got good speed as well. Back with Gavin Lowe, who's come off the subs bench again. They've got a line-up out to the right. It's 3 versus 1. And out wide, it's Mark Robertson. Not a great speedster, but a tough competitor. He's 15 metres out. Scotland want the converted try, and they've got a chance to take it from here. And it's gone to Scott White, the captain, to Dean. He needs another pass. Advantage for Scotland. They've got another lineup. In comes the tackle from Injera, number 11.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about that ruling though, Keith. I think that Hawaii actually stole it brilliantly, and the Argentinian referee now giving another penalty and another chance for the Scots.
Here they go with Gavin Lowe. This is a critical moment for Scotland's hopes for 2 wins in a row. And the referee has given Kenya a chance for a reprieve. They're in the lead by 19-14.
Love the way that Agunda went straight in on the ball and man, so he actually wrapped his arms around the ball, and the ball was in the torso of the tackled player, and that's the reason why they got the penalty.
Number 10.
Have a look at this. The tackle's made. Now he can go in on the ball, which he does. Have a look at number 3. All rights to the ball. He wraps up the ball and the player at the same time. Not released. Penalty for Kenya. Maybe the game.
Everyone's tough on referees. We've all got opinions on them, but that was a good call there by referee Anselmi from Argentina. And this is a cut, I think, on the face of Patrice Gunda.
Time is off.
Time is off, so you hear the referee's words.
Time back on. Play on, please, now.
And Felix Ayange is going to kick it hard to the sideline to see if... No, they'll have to put into the line-out, won't they? Because it was a penalty, so this becomes a very critical line-out. The Scots will have to compete. They're looking for the ball, and there are just seconds remaining. He's inviting the Kenyans to hurry up. They won't want to delay. There is the big foghorn. Now have Scotland secured it here. No, the Kenyans will get it, and they'll hurry it to the sideline, and they'll take the victory. Kenya, dramatic scenes